Mark Hughes joins me now at the beautiful Bray Raceway here in Ballarat on a very, very nice sunny day. Mark Hughes, hello to you.
Afternoon, Paul. Beautiful day in the House of Rouse, as we like to call it, Ballarat Trotting Track.
Where else would you rather be? It's just, this is, what do they call it? God's country, isn't it?
They do. Everywhere's God's country, mate. As soon as you leave Melbourne, everywhere's God's country.
Anyone wondering, Rousey is on the other side of the camera listening to us. He's put the hand up, but he doesn't realise the cameras don't work in reverse. We want to have a little bit of a catch-up as to how the season's going. There's plenty of news going on with Woodlands at the minute, and it's a matter, I suppose, where we start and where we finish. But where would you like to start?
Yeah, look, the season kicked off a little bit over 30 days ago, and we've got bounced through the 4 weeks very, very successfully with our new system. Inbound semen being flown in by our courier, Leanne Grayling, the studmaster's wife at Woodlands, and then she's returning with stuff as well for all the studs in Australia, including Alabar, Cobbity and Lowalong. Also, and our new courier Joel Fowler's come on board, and he's navigated the system methodically and very, very successfully in the first 4 weeks. So the change for us has been great for us in Lowalong, and it's working.
And I will say with Joel, and I can speak from experience because we're actually sending 3 mares to the horse, and he's sensational to deal with, as are Lowalong with Lather Up as well. So we can't speak highly enough of the way that it is working. Joel, from all accounts, he's enjoying it too.
Yeah, no, Joel's really enjoying it, and he's been getting around the traps and catching up with people, and he's in touch with them the day before we ship, all that sort of stuff. We've set up a number of chat groups on WhatsApp. So we're in touch with a lot of our main semen bases, like the ones through the Goulburn Valley and the ones where we are today through Ballarat, Durham Park, Wyndham Park, Total Genetics, the Slaters, all those sort of people. So everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows what the timing's going to be. So no one's sitting around waiting.
Yep, and that is always great. Lather Up, we might start with Lather Up here because we are at Bray Raceway, as I said, and the beautiful sign there over at the back of the 400 metre mark, and it's going to be into Dominion very, very shortly. Heats are going to be here, so that'll be exciting. I'll catch up with Rousey in a little while. Yep. But Lather Up, first lot of yearlings went through the Lexington sale just the other day.
Yeah, look, Lexington just finished in Kentucky this week. Clearly one of the preeminent, or not, certainly in Harrisburg, the 2 major sales in North America. Lather Up had a 10 through the sale on Friday, day 5 of the sale. Averaged north of 31,000 for his first crop, which was quite a really good fill-up for him on a day that was dominated by down by the seaside. Normally these sort of stay-ins, those Ohio stay-ins at that end of the sale, probably average around 15, 17 grand, but Sudsy averaged over 30 grand, which we were wrapped with. Couple of fillies north of 50 and 60,000. So
which is exciting. Which
is really exciting. And plus, noticed a couple of the very big trainers on them early over there. So Brian Brown, who trained down by the seaside, he was buying Lather Ups at the sale on Friday.
Yeah, which is exciting. And he stands at Lowalong Farms. Anyone in Victoria, go and get a chance to have a look at him. Go onto the websites and you can see the stay-in parade that we did with him with Kath McIntosh and Lowalong Farms. But if you're in Victoria, make the effort, go to, and once you see him, you're just going to go, wow. And he's just a rock star to look at.
Yeah, look, he's definitely a rock star to look at. And he's probably the best value stallion in Australia and New Zealand this season in terms of his price. He's bred more mares already this season than last season at the start of it. So we sense he's going to have a fairly solid year this year. We've committed 10 of our very good mares in New Zealand to him. 3 or 4 of our mares that generally year in, year out go to the yearling sales in New Zealand and their progeny make good money. He's got early positive tests as well, which is terrific.
Yep, which is really exciting. Seaside, we might say with him, Little Brown Jug winner. Setting all before him in America, but I saw one of the yearling fillies went through for 420. I'm going to say, you might correct me, to 440. I know I'm roughly in the ballpark on the first day of the sale.
Yeah, look, that first select sale day was staggering. If anybody had the chance to have a good look at it, insane sort of money paid for him, but totally insane because the pedigrees are world class. The maternal families are crazy good as well. So, and the North Americans respect their size, their first season size. You can tell that in the trotting, you can tell that in the pacing side of it. So Seaside had a $420,000 filly through on day 1. Better's Delight, a $550,000 filly and a $420,000 colt. Seaside's had another massive week. Pebble Beach won the Futurity at Kentucky today, the $363,000 race. Seaside's now close to 600,000 to 700,000 in front on the 3-year-old size in North America, with the Breeders' Crown to come. So, and his 2-year-olds, he's in the top 3. Look, he's well and truly on the way, mate. We know that. And one other thing about him, he's now 7th on the all-age size list in North America on 2 crops.
Yep.
Made more money this year than Always Be Mickey, more money than Sports Rider, who's got about 11 crops in that. And in the next couple of weeks, he will bypass Art Major on 2 crops in the all-age in North America.
Wow.
Quite staggering for him. And he's $1.5 million ahead of Huntsville in the 3-year-olds this year up there as well. So he's a rock star, mate.
He's taken all before him and looking forward to it. His book is full this season.
Yep.
And it is pretty close to full next season.
Yeah, look, he's in triple figures already for next season now, and it's the second week in October. That's just the way it's going to be with these upper echelon ones going forward. You've got to get organised the year before, literally now.
And I keep saying this to the Kiwi guys. They sell at NZB Standardbred. The sales, if you want a stallion that a lot of people can't get access to here in Australia, like they want those bloodlines, so it's a no-brainer for the Kiwis that don't have a cap on their books to be sending their mares to Seaside.
Yeah, no, that it makes absolute sense to be around a horse like him. He did breed the most mares in New Zealand last year, and we expect a similar sort of trajectory for him this year over there.
Talking about full books, we'll stay with Lou, Sweet Lou. I was going to say 39. You're telling me it's 40 now. Individual 2-year-old winners this season so far. And our 2-year-old racing is really now starting to hot up with debutants stepping out everywhere.
Yeah, look, 40th 2-year-old individual winner last night at Hobart, Ashanti Queen. So quite a phenomenal effort for him. Same amount of foals to the races this year as Art Major, but he's nearly had double more winners than him. 200,000 in front of the next nearest sire in the 2-year-old ranks, and as you say, we've got some big and better racing to come. We did some maths the other day. He's got 27 unraced 2-year-old qualifiers in New Zealand this year that haven't been to the races yet, and there's about 3 or 4 to be exported to Australia or recently exported to Australia that have been sold for 6-figure sums to Australia.
I saw a
2-year-olds.
Saw a couple of horses the other day. I saw the list of the aces, and I think there's 3 there. Then they're all by Sweet Lou, all being exported to Australia. So which is the old jewels. So which is coming up in December. So his book as well, almost full for this is not 2022. This is 2023. His book's nearly closed already.
Yeah, look, it's he's triple figures as well for next season, and the phone just keeps buzzing every day. I'm confident he'll be done in the next couple of weeks for next season. And then we'll start a waitlist, which is
frustrating and good, and a lot
frustrating, crazy good for us, crazy good for our North American partners. Poor form and poor situation for Australian breeders who are being cut out of breeding to the best stallions in the world.
Yep, and as I keep saying to people, if you want to someone comes in with money and want to get involved in the industry, who's the best ones to go to?
Yep.
Book's closed. Good luck getting new investment into the breeding game that way. Better's Delight, we talk about that though. Superstar, still setting records even at Lexington the other day, selling horses. We don't have to promote him up too much, but he just keeps churning it out, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, we're blessed to be involved with the greatest stallion of all time. Saturday night you saw Grant Dixon's 3-year-old leap to fame. Is quite categorically the best 3-year-old this country might have produced in a number of years. New South Wales, Queensland, and now the Victorian Derby. That's rarefied air for any horse. He turned it into a staying test on Saturday night.
He burst a few bubbles, didn't he?
He burst a lot of bubbles. There was a lot of mail around a couple of horses in that race that, I think maybe the little local Victorian media had dined out on for a while, but, bubbles are meant to be burst. And the King that's why he's the King.
Well, I think I said it in Grant Dixon when I interviewed him. Myself and Cam Bray were fortunate enough to see him go around Tamworth. I mean, what Betters does, they can get around any track, anywhere. It doesn't matter. We can be here at Ballarat, Tamworth, Melton. It doesn't matter where you are. They just eat the tracks. Nothing seems to worry them. All shapes, all sizes.
Yeah, no, look, all shapes, all sizes. Yonkers to Birchip, and he had a 13-year-old winner this year in the last week in Victorian Ballarat. The big open weight spices of Addington and the Meadowlands, mate. He's the man, and long live the King, as we say.
Definitely. American Ideal. We're going to get onto the Trotter in a second, but American Ideal, is his book closed this season?
Oh, look, he's sort of hovering around the 125 mark at the moment. I sort of sense that he'll probably be in that zone, so there's still opportunity to go to him. We've got more bookings in New Zealand this year than we've had before,
which is great.
Which was really good for him. That's recognition of, where the Kiwis are sort of, bouncing back to him a little bit and recognising what a great stallion he's been. 4 winners in a row at Gloucester Park on Friday night. Won the Group 2 over there with Magnificent Storm, who, will be on the way to the Inter-Dominion, I believe, here. So he keeps on keeping on American Ideal. Got some early positive tests with him. West Australian breeders have been filling up on him again early this season, as they always do.
Yep.
And look, we expect, there'll be some nice horses bouncing around for him in the Vic Bred and that, and Breeders' Crown later on in the year.
I was going to say 2-year-olds, he's leaving 2-year-old winners everywhere, coming up all of a sudden. 3-year-olds, he's had a couple in the Derby the other night. 888. I don't know how old he is now, I'll get into trouble, but I mean, he just keeps getting it done. And we say about Magnificent Storm coming over.
Yep.
I know Jess Tubbs and them, they're rubbing their hands together. They've got an Inter-Dominion on their own shores. It's going to be here at Bray Raceway.
Yep.
But also like 888, he could really eat it up. And, that's the strengths of American Ideal.
That's the sort of series he'll be up his ears into, because that's what they are. They're tough, they're resilient, they've got great longevity. 888. Copy that's 15 grand now short of being a millionaire.
Not a lot said about his run the other night either. I mean, it was an eye catcher. Anyone go back and watch the replays? He was just starved of room.
Yep. Yeah, he was starved of room. 3 fence and with a tiring leader that caused him to. But he made up at least 2 lengths on Greg Sugar's horse and was just pinged out a third. So he will hopefully he returns to New Zealand this week. I would say to you, probably in the next 30 days, he will be the sport's next millionaire down under.
Yep.
We bred and raised him, so we love that a lot. One thing about American Ideal, guys, and this is his biggest crop in history, appears in Australia next year as 2-year-olds. He bred 188 mares that year. There's something like 140 live foals. He will have a lot of winners in Australia next year.
Yep.
And they'll have a lot of the year after as well. They'll become a very decent 3-year-old crop. So if anyone wants the opportunity to breed to him this year as well, give me a call, because there is that opportunity as well.
And again, go to Lower Long Farms and check him out. You'll breed to him in a heartbeat as soon as you see him, because he's a dude.
He is a dude. He's another rock star. We've sort of got this. Our stallions are like the Beatles, mate, I guess. There's all these rock stars in there. So, well, actually, probably should call them the Rolling Stones, because they're keeping on rolling, So, yeah.
We've got Rousey over there rolling our eyes. Wait till we start picking on him in a minute. Don't worry about that. What the hill, though, mate. Triumphant stride. Great to see Sale Topper. Well done to all the connections. The breeders, Brecken Farms, bred him. Yep. They're great supporters of Woodlands and have been over the years, but great to see him get the win on the board. Chris Lang and the crew there at Maryborough the other day.
Yeah, no, he went really good. And he was a sale topping trotter there. In 2020, and made a really good debut the other day. Trotters at that age are all about manners, as we know.
Yep.
Manners, good gait, and he bowled around nice. Well done to Emilio for picking him out. Well done to Brecken for breeding him. They're on What the Hill at the start. So you look a really good result. He's got the Group 1 winner in Sydney. So a couple of those nice What the Hills will probably be at Maryborough for our Redwood later
Day
this month, mate.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
in early November, sorry.
And we've got the Harness Millions, NZB's Millions on Friday night. And what we say, there was 6 of the 12 by What the Hill, so including the top 3 on the noms.
Yeah. Addington this Friday night, the $75,000 Harness Millions for NZ Standardbred, and the 12 nominated. There are 6 What the Hills in the race, so he'll play a fairly prominent role in that big race on Friday night in Christchurch.
Best way to get in touch with you, Hughesy?
Yeah, 0451 650707 or on the email. Happy to chat to anybody anytime.
And you're going to be at Wagga on Friday. You're going to be getting out and about, so you'll be a busy little man over the next couple of months. Yeah,
we'll be back on the road now that school holidays are out the way and airline schedules appear to be returning to normal. So yeah, look, we'll be at Wagga to see Greg Gangle and get around to Wingate to see Jake Stockton and Robbo and the Jono boys and all that sort of thing at Wagga on Friday. Hopefully we don't get rained out. We'll be on the road again, mate. Back in New Zealand for the Cup for the first time in a few years.
Looking forward. I'm very much looking forward. Rousey probably doesn't know, but I'm going to be there for 10 days, 12 days actually, and thoroughly looking forward to it. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Hughesy, thanks for joining me. Yep. Rousey, thank you very much for your accommodation. He's giving me a smirk there behind it. He even drove the car over to pick us up. I don't think he thought we could walk this far, but I must say a very big thank you. He's going to try and say something cheeky, but it won't record him, so I don't have to worry. But, mate, thank you very much.
Thanks, mate, and thanks to Rousey, in the House of Rouse, mate.